just a great opportunity to see them each and every year come up and be able to partake in a lot of the fun things that goes on, such as our policemen bringing their mounted division come in, and kids get a chance to see the horses and things of that magnitude. It's really exciting on a lot of the things that you do. Can you kind of speak a little bit in regards to your relationship with the community as a whole? I know that we have some programs coming up that we're going to be speaking about, but just like our Back to School Festival at Greater Grace Temple, can you kind of tell us how you put that together?
So we have a partnership with Greater Grace, and each year we have the opportunity to sort of show and tell. We have the opportunity to have a platform where we can speak to the community about what we offer, and most importantly, how we're different from the other schools in the neighborhood. The thing that makes our Service Learning School District different is, and I say this all the time, we take care of our own. We're mindful and we're cognizant about being aware when we put policies in place, when we have certain events, that our parents can afford them, that our parents are being catered to, that they have opportunities to engage that don't involve more stress. And so our relationship with Greater Grace and our back to school festivals and other things that we do are merely opportunities to say to the community, listen, you want to know how the Service Learning School District is different? Come check us out, talk to us, take a tour. Our district is one in which you can come in at any time, at any of the school locations, and take a tour and look at the cafeterias, look at the bathrooms, go in the classroom, and really have an opportunity in real time to see what makes us different.
Yeah, I tell you, having parent involvement in our district has been just a blessing to us, especially as we continue to look at how we can service the community and our students very well. Now, listen, we're going to take a break and come back in a few minutes. And when we come back, I want to kind of talk about some of the upcoming events, okay, and then some of the accomplishments that you've been able to achieve, and really talking to our parents and our students on why education really matters on the Evans Effect. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Welcome back. We're here with Verna Felder, our parent liaison that works very hard and diligently behind the scenes to make sure that parents understand that there are resources within inside of our school district that we like to share and help our parents as they bring their kids into our district to be educated. So we have a lot of great things going on coming up very soon. Verna, why don't you kind of speak to the audience in regards to those things that we have to look forward to?
So before I go into the things that we have coming up, I want to talk about where the passion comes from.
Okay.
And I remember a time when one of my daughters was in the 4th grade and they were going on a field trip. And I didn't have the money to pay for my daughter's field trip. So I remember I dropped her off at school that day. The teacher was waiting at the door, and she said, "Miss Felder, why aren't you going on the field trip?" And I just remember I burst out in tears and I said, "Because I don't have the money." Because at that time, in that moment, I was torn between putting the $15 for the field trip in my gas tank or paying for the field trip. So, needless to say, I needed to make sure that I had gas to go to work and get the child to school. But I remember in that moment what that felt like. I remember the shame that I felt, the feelings of not being enough that I felt. I remember that I felt so inadequate as a mom, as a parent, not being able to provide just $15 for a field trip.
Wow.
And I remember I thought, I don't ever want a parent to feel like that again. I don't ever want a parent to feel inadequate or to feel like I'm just not going to take my baby to school today because of the shame of not having $15 to go on a field trip. So that passion of feeling those emotions in that moment has transferred over into what I do for the Service Learning School District. I am that parent that had minimal resources, that couldn't always take my baby to the doctor when she was sick, that didn't have money for braces or money for glasses or money to go to the dentist. And so now being able to take that passion and ensure that all of our families in the district have needs, their needs met, have the opportunity to be put in contact with the resources, that's just what I do. It's what we do, and it's what I love to do. So the answer to your question, what do we have coming up? So in the next few months, the district will turn into a dental center where every child in the district will have their dental needs met. They'll have their teeth cleaned, and if there's any challenges with their teeth, they'll have an opportunity to come back and get those fixed. Book fairs, let's talk about that. Every school always has a book fair, but who thinks about the babies who really don't have money? If a mom has 5 kids, then that's possibly $50 that she would spend on the book fair. But what we're doing is we're making sure that every child has an opportunity to get a book. So all of our books at the book fair are free. We also have our Vision to Learn relationship where students that need glasses will have an opportunity to get those glasses. Oftentimes, students aren't doing well, not because of an academic deficit. They're not doing well because they just can't see the board. They just can't see what's going on in the classroom. They can't read the paper. And so we're finding out that to be able to provide these resources and help these families takes pressure off. It takes some of the stress off, and it also allows our families to know we care.
You know, I know that you're also very involved with our food director in making sure that our food truck goes out to different neighborhoods that we actually pick our kids up during the summer months. And that helps them to also receive a sandwich or two during the time that they are out of school. So I want to thank you for that there. You know, we have a real big program coming up for our parents, though. And I would like for you to kind of give that announcement, because I would love for our parents to make sure that they're there in the building, or better yet, you tell us exactly how this year is going to be.
So usually we celebrate NAPIT. which is National African American Parent Involvement Day. And that date is usually sometimes the second week in February. The date changes depending on what year it is. And we've started celebrating that along with the Black History Program to give parents and students an opportunity to just show pride for the culture. So this year, what we're doing is we are going to have a large community program at Greater Grace. It's called Jazz Through the Ages in Black History. That date is February 26th. The time of the program is going to be 6 p.m. It is open to the public, so there will be student performances, there will be drumming, there will be songs and dance, and just an opportunity for us to really celebrate our history and our culture, give parents an opportunity to see their babies doing their thing, and also celebrate Parent Involvement Day.
Wow, that's perfect. And I know every year we have a very big crowd at each campus that comes in for NAPIT, and they really partake in a lot of the things that we're doing. So I'm glad to see that we're continuing on with that same opportunity, because we were going to have a winter concert, but it got canceled because of the weather. And the weather has always, seemed to have worked out for us. But last year, we had some weather conditions that we couldn't get around. So I'm glad to see that we're going to, kind of move forward with NAPIT. Let's kind of talk about you a little bit. I know that you have 2 beautiful daughters and a granddaughter that's part of the Felder clan. Kind of tell us a little bit about them.
Well, they are homegrown. You know that they're homegrown.
Right.
So one of my daughters is an alumni of the Service Learning School District.
Yes, I know.
And so right now she is working in San Diego for ABC 10. And then my other daughter is a 3rd grade teacher. And so there's a legacy there. They say the testimony to how good a school is if the staff who work at that school actually have their children attend that school.
That's true.
And so we have created a legacy of alumni from the Service Learning School District, a U of M grad, a Western grad, and so I'm just very proud to say that they are homegrown.
Yeah. So, one of the things that I'm very proud to say is that I know both of your daughters. They're very lovely, very, very intelligent, and we love them both. But now you have a grandbaby also. She's part of that new clan, that new Felder clan. Can you kind of talk a little bit about her? Let's give her some airtime.
Oh yeah, Emerson. My granddaughter Emerson she's precocious. She's very smart. She probably will be following in our footsteps, and so I'm glad to have her as part of our family now.
Right. Well, I look for her to come up and, as you always say, be amongst the building, which is a great saying. And I hear a lot of parents even kind of talking about that. But now, doing all the work that you do inside of our community, inside of our school district, you have taken on your own educational challenge and kind of went through a process that you've already completed. Can you kind of share with everybody what that is?
Well, first of all, Mr. Evans, I have to thank you for the opportunity, because for the district to invest in creating highly qualified staff is amazing. And so because of the Service Learning School District, because of Elite School Management, I had an opportunity to go through the LEAD program. I believe the LEAD program is through National Charter School Association, and it was a 16-month program. I did manage to complete it early, and so now I'm excited to say that I am a certified administrator through that program.
Right, and congratulations.
So thank you on that.
We had the opportunity to honor you at our last board meeting. And one of the great things that I always like to remember is that we have great people inside the organization that's always looking to put their best foot forward. in becoming, you know, the better person that they are. So I'm looking forward to kind of see how we can get you involved with a lot of the things in regards to leadership and helping to get our teachers trained, and also to just grow our organization where everyone is talking about it and being very, very mindful of what we mean to the community and how we go forward. And I just want to kind of thank you for being a part of this team. You've been with us for 20 some odd years. I don't remember the actual number, but it's always good to come into one of the buildings and you're there and making sure that staff and customer service is being, you know, presented with its best foot put forward. So I want to thank you on doing that. So once again, go ahead. You have a final thought?
I do have a final thought, and that final thought is that I have to say it's not just me. Part of what I do is to train our staff twice a year to notice indicators of when families may be in trouble. And so as we close this, I want to just remind everybody out there that it doesn't take one person. It truly takes a village, and it is the collaboration of our entire staff that makes sure that our families are being taken care of.
Yeah, that's true. Well, listen, once again, thank you for coming in tonight. We just have such great admiration for you and what you do for our district, and we continue to work with you. At this time, I'd like to say good night or good afternoon to everyone, and we want to thank you for coming out to the Evans Effect, where education matters.
My pleasure. Thank you.